Hi guys, this is Danny. Now I received a question from you guys, asked about should you buy a property, the low cost property, pending for a consent. Now here's the thing, a lot of any kind of property also you need a consent. But then again, it's just the difference between the low cost consent and the normal authority consent is different, because low cost, they require a lot of requirements. For example, not everyone is eligible. For example, your income must not exceed certain thousand, for example, not more than 3,500 or not more than 5,000 ringgit per month, something like that. And you also must not own existing property prior to purchase this property. Now the question that some of you ask is that should you proceed to buy the property pending for the consent? For example, you pay the money first to whoever that's selling you the property, and then they will submit it to the local authority to obtain the consent. Now, normally, in my experience, for the low-cost consent in DB within DBKL, it takes more than 12 months. I don't know. Most of the time, is I would say a little bit inefficient. It will take more than 12 months. Whereas in Selangor, it will be slightly faster because they have their own dedicated department to do this all consents and approvals. Now back to the question: should you be buying the property in the event to get the consent? Now here's the thing. If you were to buy the property in the low cost, you have to make sure that you do not pay the money directly to the owner. Why? Because a lot of times there's a lot of issue with the low cost consent, because to obtain the low cost consent, first thing you have to be eligible. But then again, sometimes even you're eligible, you're at the mercy of the DBKL officer whether or not they want to grant you the consent. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing is that sometimes if you were to pay to the agency, how is that going to protect you is that the agents, some of the agents, I'm not saying all the agents, because some of the agents, they will be able to claim their commissions when the SPA is stamped. Now, in order for you to obtain the consent, you have prior to this, you have to get SPA signed and stamped, and then you submit it, okay, to request for the consent. But then again, the agent will get, once it's stamped, you will get the commission first. But what if the consent is not approved or rejected? So in that case, you might lose a small portion of it. So how are you going to avoid your money being taken away or without get the full refund? Now, what you can do is that appoint a lawyer. So what you can do is that pay the money, all the money, to your lawyer to keep it as a stakeholder, and then you need to instruct the lawyer not to pay out any the commission or any monies before the consent is received, is approved. Okay, in that case, the lawyer will keep all the monies until the consent is approved. So this is what normally the agent, some of the agents, they know. Okay, they know that if they were to sell you the property, they will assess your eligibility, whether or not you are eligible to buy the property. First thing. Second thing, normally they won't claim for the commission part. Normally, because when SPA is signed, the SPA is stamped, they're eligible to claim for the commission. But some of the responsible agents, they won't do that, because they know that it not necessarily when you submit it, you'll get approved. So they will kind of responsible in a way that they won't claim any commission first. So these are the few things that you need to keep in mind if you were to buy any low-cost property. And last but not least, low-cost property is for those that are eligible to buy, there are many ways that you can do to buy the property, but I highly I don't recommend for you to buy, because those property is meant for the lower income, low L40 people to buy. So you can still look for other properties that can make you money, right? So but unless you're a home buyer, by all means you can buy the property, but make sure you do your due diligence and get the lawyer that you know, and to keep the money safe, and in the event that consent is not approved, you'll get a full refund from there. I hope I answer your questions, and if any one of you have any question, something like this, can always ask me, and then I'll try to answer your questions. And if you think that this video is useful, please like, subscribe, and share with the people that you know, so that all of them can benefit from this information. Until next time, I'll see you.